What's up, everybody? Here's week 4 of my NFL picks. So the first game is Seattle Seahawks versus Arizona. Now Seattle with a big, huge win, easy win against New Orleans. Not even a game. Arizona lost a tough game to the 49ers, and they also lost their running back James Conner to a torn ACL or Achilles or whatever, out for the season. They're hosting Seattle. I'm going to go with the Seahawks to win on the road against Arizona. I'm not sure how I feel about Arizona this season though, so I'm going with Seattle to win and go to 3-1. The next game, it's an early game, folks, in Ireland. You got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you got old man Aaron Rodgers, who can't really move. Probably gets sacked a lot. And you have Minnesota, who just destroyed Cincinnati with Carson Wentz. Now, Minnesota's a better team, and do I think they'll beat Pittsburgh? I'm going to say yes, I do. I don't think Pittsburgh will be able to stop Minnesota's defense. And yeah, next game, the Washington Commanders versus the Atlanta Falcons. Now, you had Washington win last week with Mariota as the quarterback. They beat the Raiders, but that's not saying much. And you have Atlanta, who beat Minnesota week 2 in dominating fashion, and then they did not show up and they got shut out 30-0 to Carolina. Now, I'm a Falcons fan, so I'm going to pick Atlanta to win this game, and it's not because I'm a Falcons fan, but I think Atlanta will rebound. I think if they run the ball, they can do very good because they showed it. Their defense has to wake up. The play calling has to be better, and I think if Atlanta loses to, let's say, Mariota starts, because we don't know if Daniels will play or not, I think Atlanta wins. But if they don't, there could be coaching changes. Maybe. It'll be embarrassing. We'll see. I'm going with Atlanta to win, though. The next game, you got the New Orleans Saints traveling to Buffalo. Who knows? Spencer Rattler, I don't know. He's probably not their guy. The Saints are just god awful. Their defense is horrible. Their offense, well, sometimes moved the ball, but not very much. Their special teams was horrible. They're just not a good team. To me, the Saints are probably the worst team in the NFL this season. And with that being said, Buffalo should easily be able to handle them. Josh Allen is playing outstanding. Hasn't turned the ball over in like the last 8 games straight, which is good. They got a good run game. They're probably surprising most people with some of their stuff. But Buffalo will win this game and win it pretty easy. The next game, the Cleveland Browns traveling to Detroit. Now, Cleveland upset the Packers a week ago. Shocker. Yeah. They came back. They were down 10-0 or something like that. They came back. They shocked the world. And they're traveling to Detroit to try to do it again. Could this game be close because Cleveland's defense is good? It could. But I'm picking Detroit to win, and I'm actually not thinking it's going to be close. Could it be close? Sure. But I'm not thinking it will be. Detroit will win. The next game, Carolina Panthers traveling to New England. Now, Drake May played good last week. They lost, but they have not won a home game. Carolina shocked people with beating Atlanta. I did not think Carolina would be able to do that. And Patriots played good against Pittsburgh, but lost or whatever. Drake May played good. He's been good. I mean, they did beat Pittsburgh. Never mind. Yeah, they did. For this game, though, I'm actually picking Carolina to win. Now, that may be crazy, but I think Carolina could beat the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are there yet, but I have a feeling this could be an upset. The next game, the LA Chargers traveling to East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the New Jersey Giants. New York Giants. New York Giants benching Russell Wilson after his pathetic performance in 2 of the 3 weeks. They're 0-3. The crowd was booing Wilson. Wilson wanted to go to New York. I guess he's finding out what it's like to be playing in New York, and he's kind of past his prime. I do not believe Russell Wilson should be a starter in the NFL anymore. And with that being said, they're starting Jackson Dart, who they have high hopes for. He could be good, but unfortunately for him, he's going to lose his debut to the Chargers. The Chargers are playing very good. They're a good team. They are playing very well. And for now, they're one of the top teams in the NFL. They got a very good rookie who had a breakout game a week ago, who may be seeing more time now that Najee Harris is out. Malik Nabers for the Giants is good, but, I don't know, maybe they'll try to get it to him on screen passes or whatever, and maybe that'll work, but who knows. I think in the end, this game won't even be close. Chargers win easy. The next game, the Philadelphia Eagles going to Tampa to take on Tampa Bay. Now, tough news for Tampa Bay. Mike Evans done for 3 to 4 weeks or whatever it is with the hamstring, whatever. Eagles almost lost to the Rams. They made a big comeback after they were losing 26-7. Finally, A.J. Brown got to do a lot. Ibuka, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, for Tampa is very good. Rookie. I'm going to go with Philly to win. I think Philly will be able to stop Mayfield and enough to win. I think Tampa loses at home. The next game. Boy. Man, I don't know what to say about this one, but you got Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Now, Titans, you can understand why they're so bad. They got the number 1 pick. They got rookie quarterback. He's trying to play good as well as he can. Titans are not a good team. They showed some life a little bit recently, but they're not a good team yet. And their O-line is not good. And I don't really know who they even have. I mean, they got Tony Pollard, I guess. That's not really saying much. And then you got Houston Texans, who, by a lot of people, probably are one of the most disappointing teams. They won the division. Last year they did. C.J. Stroud. Remember the year he had a breakout year and a lot of people thought, oh, look how good he is. Well, he is not looking good at all this season. Their run game is okay, not great. They still are without Joe Mixon. I mean, they're working with what they got. Nico Collins is doing okay. But I don't want to do it, so I'm not. I'm going to pick Houston to win. I was considering picking Tennessee in the upset, but I think this is a game that Houston can win, and they will. The next game is the Indianapolis Colts versus the LA Rams. Now, Indianapolis is probably a surprise team, right? Daniel Jones, what happened to him? He found his life, probably found his love for football again, because he is playing MVP caliber football so far. Not saying he is MVP, but they're a surprise team right now. Their defense is good. Their running back, Jonathan Taylor, has been good. They're just an overall good team. Now they're traveling to LA to take on the Rams, who lost to Philly after they were up by so much. The Rams still have a decent defense. The running game, they're still pretty decent. This is a tough one. But I think I might take Indianapolis on the road to take out the Rams. I don't know if it'll happen, but I think I'm going to do that. The next game, Jacksonville versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Jacksonville is playing okay. The 49ers are dealing with a lot of injuries all of a sudden. Their Nick Bosa out for the season, torn ACL. Not good news for them. I don't know if Mac Jones is gonna start again this week or if Brock Purdy is. I'm actually gonna say that this could be a tough game, and I'm going with Jacksonville to beat the 49ers. Now, I could be wrong. I could be. But I think Jacksonville has what it takes. They can play tough in this game. I think the 49ers are good. But if Mac Jones plays, I think Jacksonville has a shot. So I'm going with Jacksonville to win. The next game, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Chiefs beat the hapless Giants last Sunday night because Russell Wilson had a horrible game. Followed that up by Baltimore losing to Detroit and Derrick Henry fumbling again. Third straight week he has fumbled. Lamar played good. This is a tough game because one of them is going to be 1-3. Chiefs are not good at home so far. 0-1. Baltimore's 0-1 on the road. Chiefs always seem to beat Baltimore when it matters. I think I'm going to take Baltimore to win on the road. Now, I know Chiefs can win, but I just don't believe this Chiefs team is good enough yet. I think they're just not as good. So I'm going with Baltimore to win. The next game, got the Chicago Bears versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Bears coming off a win against the Dallas Cowboys, where Caleb Williams looked good. And they're facing the Raiders, who probably wish they did not get Geno Smith, to be honest. The Raiders are just horrible. I'm going with Chicago to win. I don't trust this Raiders team. I think Chicago's good enough to win. I think they'll rebound and carry it over. I think the Raiders are just a bad team, and I don't trust them, so I'm going with Chicago. The next game, the Sunday night football game, it's the Packers going up against Dallas. Micah Parsons versus his former team in Dallas. I'm going with Green Bay to win here. Dallas is not very good. They're lucky they're 1-2. So, yeah, I'm going Green Bay to win on the road. Now, Monday night, you got 2 games, a doubleheader. And let me tell you this next game, the Jets versus the Dolphins. It does not seem like anyone wants to win. However, the Dolphins did play tough against Buffalo. The Jets, well, they're the Jets. I'm picking the Dolphins to win here. If the Dolphins don't win, then they need to fire their coach. I'm sorry, but if the Dolphins lose to the Jets, then I don't know. The next game, you got the Cincinnati Fighting Bengals versus the Denver Broncos. Denver coming off a heartbreaking game loss to the Chargers. Meanwhile, you got the Bengals who are coming off a beatdown against the Vikings. This is a rematch of last season when the Broncos knocked the Bengals out of a playoff because the Broncos clinched against the Bengals. But I have a feeling that these games, well, at least the Dolphins Jets are probably going to be a snooze fest. But the Bengals versus Broncos, I'm going with Denver to win. I just think that the Bengals are just not good without Joe Burrow. And since he's going to miss some time, yeah, I think Denver wins. And there you have it, folks. Week 4 of the NFL picks. See you next time.